Hey guys, Manny Waya here, founder of 2000books.com and milliondollarbookclub.com. And in this video, I will give you Warren Buffett's #1 productivity secret. And I found this when I was reading Warren Buffett's biography, The Making of an American Capitalist by Roger Lowenstein. So here's the thing. The real secret to Warren Buffett's productivity is on his desk. You know what's on his desk? A stack of papers that he's going to be reading that day and an old school telephone. That's it. There is no computer, there are no emails, no social media, no websites, nothing. No cell phone or anything like that to distract him. It's really simple. Stack of paper that he reads and thinks about, and an old school telephone to talk to people whenever he needs to. That's about it. So all he sits all day long, all he does is sits all day in his office, reads these papers and thinks about whatever he's thinking about. That is the secret to his productivity. As he said a long time back, he said, the real difference between successful people and the extremely successful people is that extremely successful people say no to almost everything else. So Warren Buffett's productivity secret is literally all about being able to focus on a few things that truly matter and cutting out everything else. So what Warren Buffett is able to do is he allows himself to be bored. What I mean by that is when he's thinking about a complex problem, when he's reading and he's thinking about something, he's not allowing himself this new stimuli, this addiction to novel stimuli, like let me check social media, let me check Facebook, let me check Twitter, let me check Instagram, whatever it might be, or let me check my email. None of that. He's allowing himself to be bored so that he can be fully present with whatever he needs to do. And that's a practice of deep work. We talk a lot about the book Deep Work. It's one of my favorite productivity books. Cal Newport talks about it, that we have to allow ourselves to be bored so that we can think about the most important things that we need to think about. Allow yourself to not be distracted all the time. So as I was talking about in the book Deep Work, Cal Newport talks about the idea of the attention space, which is literally the total amount of thinking space we have available at any given time. So the more things we're thinking about, the less space we have to think about what's most important. So if we are thinking about a complex problem, if we're thinking about a complex business situation, and suddenly we distract ourselves with social media, with Facebook, with Twitter, with Instagram, or whatever it is, what it's doing is it's killing that attention space that was available. It's polluting that attention space. So instead of thinking about one thing, our brain is now thinking about 20 other things while still trying to think about that one thing, that important thing. And what happens as a result? Our productivity takes a deep nosedive, as in we're not able to produce high quality results. We're not able to produce high quality work because we're constantly running in all these different directions. We're constantly getting pulled by all of these stimuli in all these different directions. So to me, Warren Buffett is one of the ultimate practitioners of deep work. He literally spends large chunks of uninterrupted time on the most important things, and he lets everything else go. He literally spends hours and hours and hours and hours thinking about what he needs to think about, analyzing whatever problem he's working on. And that is what leads to these extreme results that he has created in this world. In the book Organized Mind, Daniel Levitin talks about the idea that in order to be extremely productive, we need to oscillate between two modes of operation. Task positive mode and task negative mode. What is task positive? Task positive is when we're single-mindedly focused on accomplishing a certain goal, accomplishing a certain task, we're working towards it, and there's nothing else on our mind. That is task positive. We have a task, we're trying to complete it, we're trying to finish it. Task negative mode, on the other hand, is when we're not focused on any specific task, we are in what's called daydreaming mode. Now, this does not mean that you are in what's a distraction mode. No, you're not allowing new stimuli into your space. You're not allowing new information to come into your space. You're allowing yourself to maybe take a walk, be in nature, but just think. Just think rather than having to stimulate your brain with new information. That's the key distinction here. That's really important to understand, that if we oscillate between task positive and task negative, as in we focus on a problem for long periods of time and then we give ourselves a break, but the break is not where we are checking email and Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff. No. The break is where we are just not doing anything. Literally, maybe you're taking a walk, you're being in nature, but that's about it. You're not trying to actively do something. You're not even trying to actively distract yourself. No new stimulus allowed. So here's your action item from this video. Today or tomorrow, allow yourself to be bored. Or maybe let me give you an even more difficult action item. After you have worked on something really powerful, something really important, after you've worked on something for maybe an hour or two and you need a break, just don't do anything. Maybe sit there, relax, take a few deep breaths, walk around, be in nature, but that's about it. Don't do anything is going to change your life. It's going to revolutionize your life. The idea of not doing anything is extremely powerful because that's the only time your brain has to really process all the stuff that you've given it and come up with new and better answers. So allowing your brain to go and do its thing is really important. And the only way you can do it is when you are in that daydreaming mode, when you are in the don't do anything mode. So practice don't do anything. All right, guys, that is the secret to Warren Buffett's productivity. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.